what is it for you that helps you identify a good person, like a person that is a good fit for your life and that you can see yourself spending time with or working with more than just on a required basis?
Yeah. So the best thing that I ever heard in my life, which shaped my professional career and the way that I approach business. I was told one day I was meeting with a senior mentor, someone whose time I did not deserve at all. And we get on the phone, like he gave me a half hour of his time. It turned into an hour, but it started with, "Hey Dan, pleasure to meet you. I'm glad so and so introduced us. What do you want to talk about today to make the next X amount of time as valuable as possible for you?" He didn't even care about mentioning himself, what he does, sell me on anything. It was just like, what can we talk about today that can make you take away something valuable from this and learn something? And so, I mean, Gerald, you probably remember that was definitely the way that I started our conversation with
It's
you,
the
and that's
very
kind of how
first thing. It's
yeah,
the
and that's how
very
I
first
start business because of that. And I'll never forget that in my entire life. I see it tattooed on the walls and on the ceilings all day long. It's just like add value to other people. And so um, that's really the differentiator for me, right? Everybody's says they want to help. You know, maybe they have an ulterior motive, maybe they don't. But the people that just say, "Listen, I don't even want to talk about myself. What can I do for you today? What can I do to add value to your life?" Like, I want to spend as much time around those people as possible, because I think what goes around comes around, and you know, they realize that by helping others, like, they're gonna, if nothing else, they're gonna have a great quality of life, and they're gonna be able to go to bed at the end of the night knowing that they, you know, made somebody else's life better. So that's really the one thing for me, is just people that proactively look to add value to other people.
And I think I think that's something that's not talked about enough, because as soon as you opened up like that, I was like, all right, I'm like, I don't know this guy like at all at this point, really. And I'm like, I just know that this is a good dude that I need to be talking to and try to work with more than just in this capacity. And me and you have talked about it in terms of like trying to, I mean, you're a connector, which is awesome. You already connected me with one of our future guests, which is cool, a good friend of yours. And it's refreshing to see, because I have spurts where I do that, and I try to do it more often. I think my thing is sometimes I get a little excited, and it's not that I don't want to offer the value first. It's that I like jump, I jump to like the thing that's in the front of my mind. But
Right.
I've always found personally, one, it's funny how people receive it, because especially when you lead in with that, they're what, like, why are you asking me if you can do something for me? And but then they're engaging in the conversation, because they're like, no one ever asked me that. And then it always comes back around somehow. And that's not why you do it, but it's a pretty damn good factor.
It's a
You
residual.
someone else, and
Yeah.
then it helps.
So, and that's, so I actually started doing this. Obviously, I want, that is like why I think I'm on this earth, is to help other people as much as possible. But I also think that it just completely throws somebody off their game, and you flip the whole conversation before it even started. All right, they think they're getting a call from a financial advisor or a mental health coach or a used car salesman. They're like, all right, this guy's gonna freaking sell me a bunch of crap. And then you start the conversation all with your defenses, and they go, "Hey, like, what can I do to help you, to add value to your life today?" And I'm like, give me a second. I never really thought about that. And it just changes the whole conversation. And it always ends up well. Even if they're like, "No, I'm good, I don't need anything." You're like, "All right, well, tell me more about you," right? And then they're at least willing to open up, because you're not intruding on their privacy and you're not invading their lives. And you end up learning a lot about people from little questions like that. So it's a little bit of a mind game, but obviously the grander scheme there is, like, you really want to, the more you poke and prod and the more you learn about somebody, the more that your network of lawyers and marketers and investors and athletes and therapists and psychologists, like, you'll be one phone call away from helping anybody with anything. And dude, that makes you hard to kill, right? You're building a moat around your life, right? But if you've
Yeah.
got one outlet to call for everything, then you're never going to be stumped, and you're never going to be caught, empty handed. Like, you're in a good position.